This castle behind me may look familiar, but don't be fooled. Due to its visual resemblance to Berkshire's Windsor Castle, it's been its film and television stand-in on many occasions. So where am I? Find out in just a moment. On today's show, I'm helping a retired couple to ditch their nation-hopping lifestyle to consolidate their lives in the wide open spaces of the countryside. They know what they like.
I think it needs redesigning for what we would want.
Yeah, we would have it differently.
And they like what they see.
Shall I tell you something? I'd love to have this house.
I'm in West Sussex and this is Arundel Castle, one of the longest inhabited country houses in England. It was built by one of William the Conqueror's most loyal barons, Roger de Montgomery. Now, he was awarded no less than a third of Sussex on the provision that he built a castle by the River Arun to help defend the county's borders. And this spot is a great place to take in the stunning scenery of the South Downs National Park, something today's buyers are hoping to see a lot more of. West Sussex is located in the south of England, between Hampshire to the west and East Sussex to the east. All three counties have one thing in common: the South Downs National Park. It's the second largest national park in England, and in West Sussex it dominates, taking up over half the county's landmass and offers fantastic scope to enjoy this area of outstanding natural beauty. The county capital is Chichester in the southwest, which boasts a stunning 12th century cathedral with a mix of architectures including original Norman features and a magnificent Victorian spire. Further east is Arundel, a picture-perfect town with its castle sitting high upon the hill, looking down on the glorious River Arun. If it's a beach you're after, head south to an impressive 40-mile stretch of shoreline where you can enjoy the quiet expanses of the West Sussex coast. The fact that West Sussex is one of the most popular counties in the country is, of course, reflected in its house prices. The cost of a detached property here is just over £100,000 above the national figure, so not many bargains to be had if you're set on country living. Now, one of the most popular areas is Horsham in the east, where a detached countryside house can cost on average £635,000. However, in Pulborough, which is right on the edge of the national park, you can find a detached home with country views for around the £300,000 mark. And in this part of the world, that's a relative bargain. So what is it about this county that so appeals to today's buyers? Barry and Bart have spent the last 12 years dividing their time between a home in the town of Richmond-upon-Thames in southwest London and their sunny bolt hole on the Mediterranean island of Majorca. But now they feel the time is right for a move to the British countryside.
It's a lovely lifestyle, but it's a divided lifestyle.
Yeah.
So you live part of the time in Majorca, part of the time here, and that's lovely for a while, but there comes a time when you just want to settle and concentrate your energies in one place. We actually considered doing that in Majorca, but really this is home.
Now both retired, 80-year-old Barry and 58-year-old Bart are looking to consolidate their lives in the South Downs area of West Sussex.
But we love the area there and we're familiar with it, so we'd like to find out more about it and actually be situated there.
They've been together for over 30 years, and when the opportunity arose, they formally cemented their relationship.
We became civil partnered in 2005, which was the big year on the 21st of December, which was the first day in the United Kingdom that was possible. And that was quite a big day because it felt very important to us.
Same day as David, Furness and Elton John.
It was the same, yes, that's our claim to fame.
Very important.
Very important.
A shared passion has been the added catalyst to moving.
I am an extreme dog lover, and I really want to have another dog. My last dog died, when did Henry die? About 12 years ago. And I've always wanted to have another dog, and we cannot have a dog in this apartment.
And so, yeah, we're both very keen to have that. It's kind of a dimension that's lacking.
I have a broken leg. It's healing, and I really need to exercise it. If we had dogs, then I would be encouraged to go out, because I can be terribly lazy, you see. And if I don't have to go out, I don't go out now. And it would be a good thing.
And a move from an apartment would allow them the space to reinvigorate their love of art and antiques. So what would they like to trade in their dual property lifestyle for?
The ideal property would be a house that's not too big, has some character to it, has some interesting features, original features. It could be a new build with some interesting features, doesn't have to be old. With about three, 4 bedrooms, a large kitchen diner would be good. I really fancy the kitchen diner, that's quite a big deal.
I think Bart's missed out the most important factor. We're looking for something that's got some style.
Yeah, but I think you put that into it as well.
Yeah. Well, no, I'd like to see style there before I moved in.
Because he's a lazy says.
And vital to this rural move is the financial detail.
The budget would be £800,000 for absolutely the right place. We could stretch perhaps to about 900.
Barry and Bart would like us to concentrate our search in the area around Chichester in the southwest of the county, to be within striking distance of the South Downs. I met up with them on local soil to find out what sets their hearts racing.
So what is it exactly that you're looking for with this next move?
Something fairly simple, but very attractive, a garden but not too big, and something that will have a wow factor.
And a downstairs bedroom or a room which we converted into a downstairs bedroom because
the old
of
boy, that is.
Barry's leg, and he broke his leg 2 years ago. And we'd like a good-sized kitchen. A small kitchen would be a no-no for us.
Right. Characterful, stylish.
Yes, like us.
Well, just like you.
I'm
Just
not saying
individuals. Are you going to know when you walk through the door?
Yes.
Yes,
And are you generally in agreement?
we always agree as long as I have my own way.
Right. We've got 3 properties lined up. One, of course, is our mystery house. So I think we should finish our tea and get going, shall we?
Brilliant, let's do that.
For a top budget of £900,000, Barry and Bart are looking for 3 to 4 bedrooms, 1 ensuite, a large kitchen or kitchen diner, a downstairs bedroom or a room with an option to convert, a large dog-friendly garden, and all within striking distance of the South Downs. We have a variety of properties to show them, and at each one I'll be asking them to guess the price before I reveal it. One is a mystery house that'll hopefully pull at the heartstrings. But before all that, first on the list is house number 1.
Is there one thing you can't wait to do when you move to the country?
Take the dog for a walk.
That's it. You know, don't you? Straight away.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
That's what, honestly, this is largely what it's about.
Yeah. Yeah, for me it'd also be, I'd like to do some sort of longer distance walking, you know.
I'm very interested in shorter distance.
Yes, I think I'd be on my own there or in a group of other people or
I
something.
think you would be.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how open-minded are you both?
10.
10.
I love that.
We begin our property search in the southwest of the county, close to the coastal village of Pagham, around 6 miles south of Chichester and 4 miles from Bognor Regis on the south coast. All the essential amenities can be found nearby in the 13th century village of Pagham, with various local stores including a post office and the obligatory village pub or 2. Close by in the hamlet of Lagnes is our first house, a Grade 2 listed farmhouse that comes with an added extra surprise, all surrounded by open farmland.
So, gentlemen, for our first property, I brought you to the south of the county. We're about 4 miles between Chichester and Bognor Regis.
Right.
And here is the first house we're going to show you.
That looks interesting. Very nice. Looks good. Very nice.
It's a handsome-looking property,
Yes,
isn't
very
it?
nice.
Very solid
symmetrical.
looking, yeah.
There's a barn straight in front of us. That comes with the property as well.
wow.
Interesting.
So shall we start?
Yeah,
Please.
let's go.
It's an encouraging start, but we're taking a bit of a gamble with our first offering. It has plenty of space, but will the layout be right for Barry and Bart?
So with all houses in the country, nearly all of them, they seem to use the back door. So I've done exactly the same because that's how the owners use this house. And I'm going to start off with the kitchen. Good size? How do you feel?
Needs to be a bit bigger for me.
Needs work doing.
It's got a lot of character in many ways.
This, to me, is lovely perhaps for the house, but I think it needs redesigning for what we would want.
Yeah, we would
Totally.
have it differently.
The one thing you have to be mindful of is it's listed. Built
Right.
around 1742, it's grade 2 listed.
We'd like a large kitchen diner, really,
Yeah.
larger space.
OK, well, there's an option through here
Right.
because you've got a dining room next door.
Yes, absolutely. But it would, I think, be better incorporated into the kitchen.
I would prefer
And
that.
have it all
Yes,
open.
Yeah.
But again, if it's grade 2 listed, that could be a problem.
You would definitely need to look into it.
Yeah, that's certainly a question mark.
OK, well, let's continue our
Yeah.
tour.
Oh, wow, that's lovely. That really is very, very
That's,
nice.
yeah,
That's-
wow,
it
that's
is
nice,
lovely.
isn't it? Lovely
Very,
open fire.
very, very charming.
Yes, that's very, very nice.
I've got a different reaction totally on this sort
Yeah,
of
this
half
is
of the
lovely.
house.
Yes. Yeah, this is lovely. This is very nice.
Shall we continue? Head upstairs?
Please.
Yes, let's
Love
do
to.
that.
A utility room, storage area and cloakroom make up the remainder of the ground floor. So after that mixed reaction to the downstairs, we're hoping for more positives from the 4 good-sized bedrooms upstairs.
So here is the master bedroom.
Yeah.
Got 4 bedrooms
master
in
bedroom.
total. Yeah. So you've got 3 about this size, and then you've got a single which is currently being used as a study.
Is there an ensuite with this? Or isn't?
There isn't. There's a family bathroom,
Right.
which all the bedrooms share,
Right.
and there's a very small downstairs toilet.
As its rooms go, it's a nice room.
It's lovely. A lot of charm.
I love the built-in covers. If you said to me that there was an ensuite through 2 of those doors there, that would make a big difference, I think. You want
To
an
my way of
ensuite.
thinking, it's a small double. I don't call this
Right.
a large double.
You probably remember when we first arrived, I said there was a barn.
barn.
Yeah,
I do remember.
I'm intrigued about
Yes, let's head outside and take a look at that and see what you think there.
Excellent.
that. Great.
Sadly, it seems the house isn't quite delivering the desired size in the right places. But before we write it off completely, I have a surprise up my sleeve.
So this is the annex I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Nicely done, Barry.
Isn't it, Bart?
Yes.
Stylishly done. I
Yes,
like
it
that.
is actually.
It's nice.
Self-contained, so you've got
Yeah,
the kitchen
yeah,
area
yeah.
here,
Everything you need.
and it's got 2 double bedrooms. You've been very honest as we've gone around, but we haven't seen the land. We
No.
haven't talked about the outside that
No,
much, which
quite.
will lead us on to money.
Yes.
So do you want to start thinking what this is worth?
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The property sits within partially walled grounds, including an enclosed terrace and landscape garden, with the option of an additional 5 acres of paddock available separately.
So you've seen everything. You've seen the house, the annex, all our parking, acre of garden, very close to the coast. How much is it on the market for?
I'd say, all in all, probably about 650.
Okay, Bart.
670.
Interesting. You're both out by quite a lot of money.
I thought you were going to say that.
Asking price is £795,000.
Really?
Listed house, 4 bedrooms,
Yeah.
annex.
Yeah.
There's a lot more than just the house,
Near
isn't
the
it? And I
house.
think the price reflects that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, why don't you go and take another look around,
Yes.
and I'll catch up with you when you're ready.
Thank
Okay.
you.
See you
Thank
later.
very much, Nicki.
Thank you.
This Grade 2 listed farmhouse comes in under budget at £795,000, with 4 bedrooms, a large sitting room, a stylish barn annex, all set in rural countryside close to the south coast.
It's a charming house. The location is nice. The garden is lovely. It's a nice area. The upstairs, I would need an ensuite. There's only one family bathroom for the 4 bedrooms. So sadly, for those reasons, no, it wouldn't work.
I loved the living room, particularly. It was very, very nice. The kitchen was too small for us, and because it's listed, it could be difficult to bring this dining room into it. And we were looking for a downstairs bedroom, which could be this, but that wouldn't be ideal because the kitchen would be too small then. So all in all, not quite for us, I don't think.
So that's it. You've seen our first property, the farmhouse with the annex. Ready to see property number 2?
We certainly are.
Sat high up in the South Downs to the west of the county lies Uppark House, a 17th century mansion with spectacular countryside views to the south and an ideal setting for Barry and Bart to indulge their passion for art and antiques. They've come to meet manager Julia Barker, who's showing them around this impressive building filled to the brim with French furniture, Italian paintings and French pottery, a treasure trove of original and restored antiquities perfect for our 2 discerning art lovers.
The house here was built in 1690 for the Earl of Tankerville.
Right.
Then in 1747, it was bought by Sir Matthew Featherstone Hall, who had just inherited a vast sum of money, so him and his wife Sarah went off on the grand tour and brought the things back that they saw around Europe to fill the house with treasures.
Right.
A prized exhibit of the mansion is a remarkable 18th century doll's house, described as one of the most important British doll's houses to have survived that era.
So we're down here in the steward's hall, down in the basement, and this is where we actually show off the doll's house.
It's wonderful.
Which is just amazing. We think it was made about 1730, we're not totally sure, but it's a complete Georgian home.
Some details extraordinary.
Yeah. The paintings are real paintings, they're oil on canvas. The furniture's made exactly as furniture would have been made. The silver is silver. It's all complete, exactly as a house would have been made.
Absolutely to scale, too.
Yes, just shrunk.
So the children would have loved playing with that?
Yes, but it wouldn't really have been a child's plaything like we would use it now. It would be a lot more for the lady of the house. One, to show her daughter how a house worked so that when she married and moved on, she would know what to do. But also as a statement of their position in society and their wealth.
Around 24 years ago, the treasures within this glorious Georgian house were close to being lost forever after a near-catastrophic accident.
Oh, we're here in the staircase hall, and in 1989 disaster struck the house and it caught fire.
How did the fire start?
The roof was being repaired at the time and they were finishing off soldering the lead seams, and unfortunately drips of the solder dropped through onto the new wood.
Oh my goodness.
Was anybody hurt in the fire?
No, nobody was hurt, fortunately.
The house was empty then at the time?
It wasn't actually, it was open to the public. It was an
At the time that the fire started?
Yes, but the contents was all taken out. Staff and visitors as well, all helping move things out.
Paintings and everything?
Paintings, curtains, wallpaper, everything. Most of the National Trust collection survived, which was really lucky, really lucky.
Barry and Bart have been impressed with the grandeur of Uppark House. Let's see if we can find them something equally impressive as we get back to our property search. Our next offering lies at the eastern side of West Sussex, close to the village of Storrington, 6 miles from the town of Pulborough, right on the edge of the South Downs National Park. The attractive village of Storrington, recorded in 1086 in the Domesday Book as Estorciston, a place well known for storks, is more recently known as a flourishing marketplace, and today offers coffee shops, delicatessens restaurants, and even a museum. Our second house is around 2 miles east of the village, set in a private development right on the doorstep of the Downs.
So, gentlemen,
Yes.
here we are just outside Storrington. Now, you said this search was all about the wow factor, all about style and character you'd know as soon as you saw the property.
Yes.
How are we doing so far?
Yeah, this is
Fantastic.
scoring pretty high.
Yeah?
Fantastic, yeah.
House itself, built in 2000.
Wow, you wouldn't think that.
No. You have a house that has that character, as we've all agreed on, but you have the convenience of a new build.
Yeah.
Yeah, stunning. Now let's see the
Itching
kitchen
to get
diner.
in?
Yes.
Yes, oh, the kitchen diner, right. We'll start off there then. Follow me, boys.
After such a wonderful start to the tour, I can't wait for Barry and Bart to see the interior, as I'm confident this property offers the space they're looking for.
So, Barry, I said we'd start with the kitchen diner, knowing how important this room is.
Nice one.
That's much more like it, isn't
Terrific
it?
character.
That's beautiful.
Beautifully done. Oak
Really is.
throughout.
Yeah.
The actual house is an oak-framed house. And the current owners have put an extension on.
Yeah.
Again, you can't see the join, as they say.
No.
So you've got a wonderful dining area
Yes,
there,
yes,
as well as in the
yes.
kitchen diner.
Yes.
So let's have a look at the kitchen in a little bit more detail. Barry's keen. Look, he's pushing me out the way. That's a good sign. We like that.
Very good sign.
So from here, I mean, you've got everything that you could want. It's even got 2 fridges. And through the glass door is a utility room, again
Right.
with access to the garden.
And I can see there's a place for the doggies.
Yes.
This is the sort of place we would have been looking for.
Is it?
Yeah, this is very close to the bullseye
Yes,
from
yes.
what we've seen so far, definitely, yeah.
Oh, I
No
take that as a
question.
huge compliment.
Oh, it is, it
That's
is
what we
indeed.
try and achieve.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
quite amazed.
Do you wish to continue?
We'd love
I
to.
thought
Yes,
you
we
would.
would.
So here we have a study.
Oh, what a
nice
lovely
too.
study too. With
Yeah.
2 windows, 2 sets of windows.
Very light.
Oh, that's beautiful. Perfect.
There is a second option for this room.
I know.
What do we think?
Another bedroom.
Do you think we could fit a bed in here?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. How about if I took a step backwards and opened that
Oh,
door?
for goodness
Ta-da!
Magic.
sake.
That is
Yeah.
incredible.
Isn't that clever?
Now that is very good.
You see?
Brilliant.
Yeah. You could
Shower
actually.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could actually move it out. You could extend it.
Yes.
And have an ensuite.
Yes.
Good. And I haven't even finished with the ground floor. So, what's your first impression of the sitting room?
Oh,
Stunning.
it's
Very, very
lovely.
nice.
Yes, beautiful.
Cosy, charming,
Beautiful.
warm, light.
And then you've got your conservatory next door.
Okay, Lord.
It actually offers exactly what we were looking for.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
The ground floor has exceeded expectations and seems to offer everything they're after. So if the 4 bedrooms upstairs meet with approval, we could be on to a winner.
So we've got a his and his little dressing room area here,
Lovely.
and then the master bedroom.
Very lovely.
Nice, nice room.
Very lovely.
Ensuite or not?
It is ensuite's just in here. Take a look in there.
Oh, wow. Oh, fantastic, Barry. Look,
Oh, it's great, isn't it?
look at the shower.
Very
lovely,
very
isn't it?
nice.
That's that's perfect for you.
That is superb.
I heard perfect for you. That's perfect. Come on,
With the leg and all that.
with
you
the
know.
leg. Mustn't forget the broken leg, must
leg.
we?
The broken leg.
Listen, I'm trying to get him to use the bedroom downstairs. I think you have lost
well,
him
I
to
am
up
too,
here.
actually, because this is going to be mine.
So you do have 3 bedrooms upstairs. 3 good-sized bedrooms, 1 ensuite.
And I can't wait to see the garden because that's important too.
And
It
on that
looks
note,
lovely.
your wish is my command. Barry, would you like to lead the way?
Thank you very much.
It's all going rather well.
The house is delivering on all levels, and as we head outside to cast an eye over the garden, dare I say it, we may have found them their textbook country home.
I know the garden's important and the
It's lovely.
surrounding area.
It's beautiful the way it wraps around the whole house.
You liked it as soon as you walked through the gate.
Absolutely.
didn't you?
Amazing. And every room you look out of, you see this garden. It's
Yeah.
fantastic views.
Yeah.
Do you like fish?
Yes.
Just as well.
I'm not going to go carping on about it.
Oh, very good. So it's all going very, very positively.
Until-
We've got smiles on our face.
Until.
The
money.
painful moment.
The painful
I dread
moment.
to think. It's going to be right at the top end of our budget. Right at the top end. I'm going to go for 880.
Okay.
I was going to say something like that. 8, Round about the 900 region, I would have thought.
Yeah. I'm being optimistic here, I think.
Are you hoping?
Yeah.
£895,000.
Oh, almost spot on.
Yes,
Well, we
you're
were
very
close this
close.
time.
Very
Yes.
close, and just under your top budget.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
It's a real contender.
How exciting. Who wants another go around the house?
I'd
Please.
love to.
Yes,
Yes.
I thought you might. Please take your time, enjoy.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'll
Thank
catch
you
up with you
very
in a
much.
little while.
This modern character property sneaks in under their top budget at £895,000 and offers Barry and Bart just about everything they asked for from a home in the country, with a large kitchen diner for entertaining, 3 bedrooms including a good-sized master bedroom with ensuite, a study with options for converting into a downstairs bedroom, a utility room for the dogs, and close to the South Downs.
Very nice room.
Yeah.
Skylight.
Yeah. Lovely.
Yes, well done.
Gives us
Excellent.
exactly the space we want.
Absolutely.
That's lovely. Fantastic room. Beautiful. Pretty gobsmacked, actually. I think the kitchen diner was probably the biggest wow factor for me when I walked in, because it was not just an ordinary kitchen diner with the pillars and the beams and everything else. It gave a very, very homely feel, and then flowed beautifully into the extension dining room, which was, again, with wonderful views out of it. Absolutely fantastic.
I think it's a lovely house, wonderful warmth, character. Can't fault it.
Are you okay, boys? Have you seen
Absolutely,
enough?
Perfect.
Yeah. So that's it for today. I think we've ended it
exciting.
on a high. I'm
Yeah.
so pleased.
Yes,
So
hard
we-
to leave. With the sun out, can't believe it.
What a perfect end to a
Yeah.
day.
Yes. Thank you.
It's the second day of our house search in West Sussex with Barry and Bart from Richmond upon Thames. They have a very healthy £900,000 to spend on their South Downs retreat. Coming up, our mystery house stirs the emotions.
Mind-blowing.
Yeah.
It is mind-blowing.
And I get in a bit of a flap.
Yeah, I've got four.
So cute.
Goslings.
Now, yesterday we showed Barry and Bart 2 properties, but I felt our biggest challenge was nailing down what they meant by character and style. We learnt a lot with the first home, unfortunately, mainly what they didn't want. There certainly was a chill in the air, but luckily things began to warm up as we headed east of the county. In fact, in the words of Barry and Bart, we got very close to the bullseye with our second home. So the mystery we have in store for them today is really going to push the boundaries in terms of style. But in which direction, that remains to be seen. We're taking a gamble with our mystery house by offering a property with historic charm to give them a heart-over-head dilemma.
We're on our way to the mystery.
Yeah.
I'm trying to read your eyes, but I can't tell.
I'm desperately trying to give nothing away.
I think it's going to be a thatched cottage, very picturesque, very different to the other 2.
I'm
I
excited.
love a mystery.
Keep that thought.
Yeah.
For our mystery house, we're stepping over the border into Hampshire to the village of Finchdean, right in the heart of the South Downs National Park. Close by is the village of Rowlands Castle, right on the Portsmouth to London Railway, and a popular jump-off point for walkers and cyclists heading for the Downs. The area is served by a convenience store, pharmacy and a hardware shop, as well as 4 pubs. Just over a mile away from the village lies our mystery house, a 17th century 3-bedroom cottage set against woodland right on the South Downs.
Gentlemen, I've brought you to see your mystery house. You may open your eyes on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I was right.
Built in 1643.
Wow.
Although they think it was actually modernised in 1643. There could well have been a property here before that, much more of a basic house.
It's a chocolate box, isn't it, really, in many ways? It's very impressive.
Yes, lovely.
So the reason we picked this property as our mystery is we've been talking so much about what is character, what is style. You look at a property like this and wow,
And that's it.
it's all there, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Yeah.
But let's
It
see
is.
if it could be your future home. You ready to start?
We are.
Let the tour begin.
This stunning cottage certainly delivers on the outside. However, it remains to be seen whether the period charms of its interior can serve their practical needs.
So I really feel we're stepping back in history. There you are.
Amazing character here.
God, it
Wonderful,
does ooze
isn't
the
it?
street, isn't it? And I imagine it's
lovely.
listed as well.
It's not surprisingly. No,
I'm joking.
it's not listed.
I can't believe that.
Very unusual, yeah. And how's that for a fireplace?
Yeah,
Stunning.
amazing. Yeah, it's fantastic.
And if you look at the lintel, you can just make out someone's actually engraved in there 1643.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Although some of these original beams, they've had them dated back to the 13th century.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Keen to see more?
Very keen. Can't wait.
Good. OK, follow me. So here's your drawing room.
Super. It's so warm in here
Wow.
too.
Can you imagine yourself sitting here on a winter's evening?
Yeah, gosh, yes, it's...
Wonderful. I haven't seen anything like it before.
Have you not?
And I bet not many people
No,
have.
no.
No.
There's a little bit more to see on the ground floor, but what there isn't is a downstairs bedroom.
Yeah, I thought not.
So you have a downstairs toilet, a small study. This would be the side that you'd need to convert into a bedroom if you wanted to.
I wouldn't want to convert this into...
It would be a shame.
But I just had to plant the seed before
Yes,
we saw the
yes,
rest of
yes,
downstairs. OK, let's go through.
We hit our first stumbling block with no realistic area downstairs to accommodate a bedroom. But can we redress the balance with another key room high on their agenda?
Ye old kitchen.
Oh, my
Really,
goodness me.
Come on in.
nice.
My goodness
Really
me.
nice. Very well
Wasn't that
done.
lovely?
Shall I tell you something? I'd love to have this house.
Would you?
So-
I'd love to
It's
have
very
the house,
enchanting.
but I'm not sure I could live in it. You know, or almost. I can't find the right words.
Wow. We love the mystery
Yeah.
to affect people,
Well,
to
this-
really stretch them, make them think,
Yeah.
make them ponder,
Well, you've done
reevaluate.
that. You've certainly done
You said
that.
you wanted style and character. We said you've given it, you know.
So
I mean,
we
it's
will
unforgettable.
pop
It's
upstairs.
amazing, actually.
Emotions are running high as we head to the 3 bedrooms upstairs.
So the master bedroom isn't full of Ormond cons, but we can allow that, can't we?
It's too much.
Very stunning.
Because it's
Just too much.
fabulous. So it doesn't have an ensuite, but we don't mind,
No,
do we?
we
No,
don't.
no.
You've got the family bathroom just down the way and
Yeah.
2 more bedrooms, so 3 in total.
Okay.
One could be quite emotional about a place like this because it is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
It is mind-blowing. And I'm very grateful that you showed it to us.
Yes.
Good. Well, let's head outside and we can admire it from the garden.
Right.
The impracticality of the almost perfect character features of our mystery house was always going to be a risk. All that's left to see before I ask an overwhelmed Barry and Bart to guess the price are the grounds. Over an acre of land, including a paddock, stables and a double carport.
So this wonderful period property sort of nestled between fields and woodland. Who wants to go first? We guess the price.
I'll have a go. It's a very, very difficult one, but I would say about 875.
OK.
I would pitch it lower than that. I pitch it at about 800.
The asking price is £900,000.
Oh, really? I was very close.
You were. Would you want to take another look around?
Please. Lovely.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you
see you
very
in a
much.
minute.
Thanks very much.
On the market for £900,000, the 17th century mystery property has bags of the character and style they wanted, along with 3 large bedrooms, a dining room and large reception room, all located within the South Downs National Park, ideal for walking the dogs.
Bart, look at that bed. Wow.
Good Lord, yeah. It's amazing. That's fantastic.
Never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
very nice.
It's like a painting of a 16th century type of cottage. It's like time stood still. And that's quite breathtaking.
Wonderful property, absolutely overwhelming. Heart says, go for it. Mind says, no, not practical.
Well, that's it, chaps. We've shown you our 3 properties. The question is, have we found you your next home?
We'll let you know.
Well, let's have a good think about it.
Yes.
We've shown Barry and Bart 3 wonderful houses, but there is a good mix of property out there if, like them, you have a hankering for the glorious West Sussex countryside. If you're attracted to the South Downs and have a modest budget, then maybe look for 2-bedroom barn conversions on the edge of the National Park for those spectacular views. They start around £290,000. With a little more to spend than Grade 2 listed village cottages, jam-packed with original period features, are worth a look and command around £500,000 for 3 bedrooms. And if you yearn for a more contemporary residence in the country, then unique design properties like this eye-catching 4-bedroom modern living space sell from £745,000. The West Sussex countryside may be a good location for those seeking a rural retreat, but it's also a haven for some of the world's rarest wildfowl. Arundel is home to one of the UK's 9 wildfowl and wetland centres, a charity founded in 1946 by conservationist Sir Peter Scott. And although it's the smallest, it's been making headlines with its breeding programme. To find out more, I've come to meet grounds manager Paul Stevens.
Paul, lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you.
Thank you for inviting us here today.
No problem. I'm very excited today that you've come today because we've got some young nene that hatched out at the end of last week.
Oh,
we've got four goslings down there.
The nene, I've never heard of a nene.
Yeah, it could be called the Hawaiian goose as well. That's another name for it.
Close to extinction in 1952, with about 20 pairs left in Hawaii, the nene was one of the first birds Sir Peter Scott introduced into the breeding programme.
He brought those eggs from those birds back to the UK, reared those on, bred them, and then eventually some of those birds went back to Hawaii to boost the population there.
So you all must have a real soft spot for the nene, all of you that work here.
Oh yeah, definitely. But there's some other species that I think you need to see, one in particular.
Let's go.
Over 70% of the birds here at the Wildfowl and Wetland Trust are considered endangered, making the work that takes place here vital if we're not to lose some of the world's most amazing species.
Point out the crowd pleaser.
There he is with his mate over there, the male harlequin.
He is a beauty.
He's stunning, isn't he?
So is this a breeding pair?
Yeah, this is a breeding pair, and they bred for the first time last year. And it was a real success.
And they all survived?
Yes, and the 3 we can see down at the other end of the reserve today.
So what makes Arundel the ideal breeding ground for harlequin ducks?
We're very lucky here at Arundel. We've got some very good water quality. It's basically all filtered through the chalk on the surrounding downs here.
Do you think that's why the centre here in West Sussex has had success where other centres haven't?
Definitely, yeah. Last year we were the only breeders in the UK to breed them, one of 2 in Europe and one of 3 in the whole world.
It may be a great resource, but the water needs to be managed in such a way that the wetland doesn't dry out in times of drought, but is controllable when the ever more present danger of flooding occurs.
Yeah, you mentioned about having your own water source here, but how do you maintain the level?
There's various ways of doing this. We've got what we call drop board sluices that we can pull out boards and obviously let water through or hold it back. We can fine-tune that really to the maximum potential.
It's reassuring to know that thanks to Paul and his colleagues, the endangered species that find a home here continue to flourish in this corner of West Sussex.
Well, that's it for our house hunt here in West Sussex. 3 properties which evoked 3 very different emotions. So have we found Barry and Bart their perfect escape to the country? Should we go and ask them? Well, Barry and Bart, we've had a great few days, but how do you feel it's gone?
Excellent.
Yes.
In fact, you have found for us something that we think is everything we could have wished for.
Well, shall we just cut to the chase and talk about this house? Put us out of our misery. Out of the three, I think I'm safe in saying it wasn't house number one.
No.
Am I safe to say it's house number two? From ooh, the oohs and ahs and
You are
exclamations.
quite right.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
You always said from the very beginning that you would know as soon as you saw a
Yeah,
property.
and we did know that.
We did know. As soon as we went through the gate, I thought that house was superb.
And it's kind of frightening because it really hits you. And you think, wow, this could be a life-changing moment because you might go ahead and do something about it.
It had everything we could possibly have wanted. It had the possibility of a bedroom downstairs, possibility of a bathroom downstairs, beautifully designed house. It had character, it had charm.
No.
It's what we'd hoped for.
What you hoped for, how wonderful. Because I did wonder whether our mystery house might give it a run for its money.
My heart was very much with the wonderful third house, but my head wasn't.
No. Where do we go from here?
We are definitely going to pursue the second house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we loved it.
Yeah. I think we want to go back and have another look at the house.
Absolutely.
I think that's always important, especially when you were so knocked out by it that we really needed to see it
And
again.
find out a lot more about the locality
Yeah.
and the area.
Yeah.
And just generally that.
Yes. Well, Barry and Bart, we think of you with character and style. That's what we're going to take away from our search in West Sussex. And please, please tell us how you got on, won't
We most
you? With our
certainly
second
will.
property. I so hope you get that house.
We hope so too.
Yep.
Well, it's been a great week here, and what a truly brilliant couple Barry and Bart are. Now, at the beginning of this search, I was worried. We kept talking about style. It's so subjective. I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to meet their expectations, but I'm pleased to say I think we may have got there. Because here in West Sussex, we saw a number of characterful properties, and I think we may be introducing another two characters into the fold. Until next time, bye-bye.
I'm happy to report that Barry and Bart returned to Storrington for a second viewing on house number 2 and have put in an offer that has been accepted. If you'd like to escape to the country in Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland or England and need our help, please apply online at bbc.co.uk/be on a show.